4.1 million Kenyans are facing food insecurity and are at risk of starvation if urgent intervention measures are not taken to alleviate the situation.
According to the National Drought Management Authority, or NDMA, Kenya is facing unprecedented, prolonged severe drought occasioned by failed rains in most parts of the country. Arid and semi-arid areas have borne the brunt of the drought, with at least 7 counties categorized in the Alarm Drought Phase. Our reporter Mary Mwoki visited Marsabit and Isiolo counties and reports on how the drought continues to ravage lives and livestock in those areas.
An animal carcass here and another one there. This is a common eyesore in Marsabit and Isiolo counties. The fields are barren, trees have shed their leaves and withered completely. Rivers like this one dried up long ago. The scorching sun, a daily reminder of the biting drought that continues to sweep across the region, leaving a trail of despair. Food and water are scarce commodities. A seasonal long range food and nutritional security assessment conducted by the government in July paints a dire situation. An integrated food security phase classification done across the 23 arid and semi-arid areas shows that 15 of them are classified in IPC Phase 3, which is acute food and livelihood crisis stage. 9 counties, which are predominantly pastoral communities, have over 40% of their population in alarm stage. Counties most affected include Marsabit County at 45%, Isiolo at 50%, Turkana at 50%, Garissa and Mandera at 45% respectively. Marsabit is one of the counties hardest hit by the hunger crisis. 30% of the population here relies on food assistance and cash transfer for survival. Sabdia Lusanya is an elderly woman and a resident here in Laisamis. Her face is etched with tales of hard times, every line telling a tale of hunger, loss and despair. She was the first in line and waited patiently under the scorching sun for this bundle of relief food donated by the Kenya Red Cross. Her hungry, frail frame staggering under the weight of the food, but she is determined to get home first and prepare a meal for her children and grandchildren.
Anasema sahi sawa kwa sababu mimi sahi hata ile chakula mimi nimebeba. Kama mimi nimebeba nitapeleka kwa sababu hata mimi kama amesweka ajui kubeba na amepea lazima mimi nitachukua.
Sabdio's household and 200 others have guaranteed meals today and for the next couple of days, courtesy of a food donation by the Kenya Red Cross. The Kenya Red Cross is one of the humanitarian organizations running cash transfer and relief food distribution programs in drought-stricken areas.
5 million people are affected directly by the drought and are in dire need of support. Here in Marsabit today, we are reaching about 4,000 people with the different interventions. One, we are doing food distribution, really targeting the most vulnerable, households that have children under 5, households of pregnant or lactating mothers.
What we're seeing today is, as we all know, a drought situation that is really sweeping across the continent, not only here in Kenya, unfortunately, but really showing that if we don't have interventions now, this may turn into a real catastrophe.
In neighboring Isiolo County, the situation is no different. Carcasses of dead livestock litter the fields. The population here at Sericho in Gubati is mostly agro-pastoralists. Over 70% of the livestock in this area has been lost to the persisting drought, a huge blow to the community that relies on livestock for their livelihoods. Mohamud Jirmato is one of the people counting their losses. He takes us to this field strewn with carcasses of his dead livestock. With most of his livestock gone, and with it his main source of livelihood, he and many others in this community are looking at a bleak future.
Shamba yetu ni mfugo. Kwa hivyo mfugo ikipata mvua tunakuwa na uhai. Ikianza kufa hata sisi tunaendelea tu kufa.
Wanategemea hii mifugo kwa maisha yao ya kila siku. basi maisha yao imekuwa imeathirika sana kutokana na hii ukame.
As a measure to save pastoralists the pain of losing their livestock to the biting drought, the Kenya Red Cross started an animal offtake program. The program is buying livestock from residents and slaughtering the animals and sharing the meat among the targeted beneficiaries.
The aim of this slaughtering is just to allow the families not to lose their livestock. They slaughter, they can eat, and at the same time they get money, for their livestock.
Humanitarian agencies have warned that the situation is likely to worsen each passing day. The prolonged drought season poses a twin threat for the thousands affected in the 14 counties. Not only are they contending with hunger and loss of livestock, but they are also living with the ever-constant threat of an outbreak of drought-related diseases such as Kala-Azar, dengue fever, and others.